Tyla's dances don't just trend, they take over. The moment she drops a new move, TikTok turns into a dance floor, Instagram is flooded with reels, and suddenly your group chat has at least one friend sending you a clip with the caption, "We have to try this." But why exactly do her dances go viral so fast? It's not random, and it's not just because she's a breakout star. There's actually a mix of music, movement, internet culture, and strategy at play. And when you look at it closely, it makes perfect sense why Tyla is the internet's current dance obsession. Let's start with the obvious, Water. When that song and its dance dropped, it was everywhere in a matter of days. Everyone from school kids to celebrities to athletes was trying it out. And while the track itself is undeniably catchy, the magic of the Water dance was that it hit the sweet spot of internet virality. The choreography wasn't too complicated. You didn't need to be a pro to attempt it, but it still looked cool. That balance is very important. If a dance is too simple, it doesn't stand out. If it's too difficult, people give up before trying. Tyla and her team created something that was right in the middle. Learnable, but satisfying once you got it down. That's the recipe TikTok loves. But here's the thing. Tyla's success isn't only about one viral moment. The Water dance might have launched her into the spotlight, but what keeps people hooked is her whole vibe. She's not just dancing, she's performing with a vibe. There's charisma in the way she moves, in her expressions, and in the way the choreography matches her music. Viewers can instantly tell when something feels staged, and they tune out. Tyla feels real, and that's why people copy her moves. See, we've all watched artists release dances that clearly feel designed to go viral. You can almost see the boardroom behind it, a team brainstorming moves that they hope teenagers will copy. The problem is, audiences can smell that kind of manufactured energy a mile away. Tyla's dances don't feel like that. They feel like her, playful, smooth, and rooted in her personality. That's what makes people want to copy them. Doing her dances isn't just following choreography, it's like stepping into her world for a moment. And that leads to another key ingredient, relatability. Tyla herself is still fresh in the global spotlight. She's not some untouchable superstar who feels miles away from her audience. She's a young artist with a down-to-earth energy who seems just as excited about her own virality as her fans are. That relatability makes people feel like they're part of her journey, not just watching it. And when people feel included, they share, they post, they participate. And of course, TikTok is the perfect stage for Tyla's dances. The algorithm favors repeatable actions. Tyla's dances fit that mold perfectly. They're short enough to loop, catchy enough to stand out, and adaptable enough for anyone to add their own twist. People can do the moves exactly as she does them, or they can remix them with humor, props, outfits, or group choreography. That freedom makes the trend feel wide open, and that's why it catches fire. There's also culture at play here. Tyla's dances aren't just random moves, they're connected to her South African roots and shaped by the Amapiano style. That makes her stand out in a world full of copy-paste TikTok trends. When she dances, you can feel the rhythm and flavor of where she's from, and people are naturally drawn to it. For global audiences, it feels new and exciting, while for her, it's completely real. And when something feels both fresh and authentic, it's almost guaranteed to go viral. The Water dance wasn't just about shaking your hips, it had its own identity. It carried a rhythm and vibe people weren't used to seeing, and that's what made it pop off. Online, anything that feels new spreads like wildfire. The internet loves being the first to discover and jump on something before it gets old. Tyla gave people a style they hadn't really seen before, and that's exactly why it blew up so fast. Don't forget, simplicity is a big deal here. Tyla's dances are put together in a way that doesn't scare people off. If you've ever scrolled past a complex K-pop routine on TikTok, you know the feeling of thinking, yeah, I could never. Those dances rack up views, but fewer people actually try them. With Tyla, people feel like, okay, I can actually do this. That confidence is what fuels participation. The more people attempt it, the more the algorithm pushes it, and the cycle snowballs. Another smart move? Tyla doesn't just drop a dance and disappear. It's not just about her posting once and letting the internet do its thing. She engages with the content, reposts fan videos, interacts with the trend, and keeps the momentum going. That kind of feedback loop keeps people excited. When fans feel like the artist might actually see their attempt at a dance, they're even more motivated to join in. And her dances don't just stay online, they show up everywhere. You've probably seen people doing the water dance at concerts, weddings, or even in casual hangouts. That's how you know it's more than just a TikTok trend, it's culture. Once something crosses over into real-life moments, it stops being just a dance. It becomes an experience people want to share again and again. Let's zoom out for a second and compare this to other viral dance trends. Think about Drake's In My Feelings challenge, or even earlier, the Harlem Shake. Each of those exploded because they were easy to replicate and gave people room to add creativity. But here's the difference. Those were largely meme-driven. Tyla's dances, on the other hand, are performance-driven. They're tied directly to her artistry, her music, and her identity as a performer. That makes them feel more personal, not just a quick laugh, but something you actually want to learn. Another key element is timing. Tyla dropped Water and its choreography during a period when TikTok was hungry for a new dance trend. Old trends had fizzled out, and people were waiting for the next big thing. Tyla delivered at exactly the right moment, and once the wave started, there was no stopping it. And let's not ignore the star power effect. Once celebrities start doing a dance, it spreads even further. With Water, you saw influencers, dancers, and even athletes getting in on the trend. When people see famous faces joining in, it instantly makes the trend feel bigger, cooler, and more worth trying. Social proof in action. The more people you see doing it, the more you want to be part of it. Here's a small but important factor. Tyla's dances look amazing on camera. Some moves just don't translate well to a phone screen. Some routines look great live, but lose their magic when squished into vertical video. Tyla's moves, though, they're built for TikTok and Instagram. The hip rolls, the smooth hand movements, her facial expressions, they all pop in short clips. And that makes people stop scrolling to watch. And here's a funny truth. Not everyone doing the water dance looks smooth. Some people nail it, and some look like their hips are buffering on bad Wi-Fi. But honestly, that's part of the fun. The pros inspire us, the awkward attempts make us laugh, and everyone feels like they have a place in the trend. That's why it sticks around. On top of everything, there's the emotional side. Dancing is pure joy at its core, and Tyla's music has that light, fun energy that makes you want to move. That joy spreads fast. When you see someone doing her dance, you don't just see moves, you feel them. And in a world of endless scrolling, that little spark is what makes people stop, watch again, and eventually give it a try themselves. So when we piece it all together, Tyla's dance virality comes down to a mix of factors: catchy music, easy-to-learn moves, cultural authenticity, platform strategy, relatability, timing, and joy. None of these elements alone would guarantee a trend. Together, you get an unstoppable force. And that's exactly what Tyla has created. The bigger question now is what happens next? Will Tyla continue to dominate the dance trend space, or was Water her biggest viral moment? Based on how she's positioned herself, she'll likely set off even more waves in the future. And this is where I want to hear from you. Do you think Tyla's dances will continue to stay viral, or was Water her peak moment? Have you tried the water dance yourself? Or are you one of the people who just enjoys watching others attempt it? Drop your thoughts below. I'd love to know how you see her role in shaping internet dance culture. Because one thing's for sure, Tyla has already proven she's not just making music, she's making movements, literally.